We're gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you've done in the game, but you ain't never went up against me or my staff.
That's the only thing been high.
So you remember something.
Tell me what I got.
We've been here before. You trying to get there.
This matchup with Canelo. Bud beat his ass. How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you. But he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent.
During the press event, Terence Crawford's coach Brian "Bo-Mac" McIntyre issued a strong message for Canelo. He stated that size and weight won't be deciding factors once the fight begins. According to him, Crawford has consistently taken on larger opponents throughout his career and still managed to come out on top. With full confidence, McIntyre insisted that Canelo faces real danger because Crawford's skill set and mental approach will be the key difference when they meet in the ring.
This matchup with Canelo.
Bud beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Yeah.
What about the head movement, Bo-Mac? Canelo's feigned head movement.
That's what I'm there for. That's what Saul there for. That's what Red there for. You know what I'm saying? It's called coaches.
Yeah.
So we can get past that shit.
Bo-Mac speaks with confidence whenever he talks about Terence Crawford's chances in the upcoming clash. He points out that this isn't just another fight, but an opportunity to solidify Crawford's status as the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world. McIntyre highlights Crawford's consistent training and strict discipline, leaving no space for excuses. In his view, true preparation is what separates great champions from ordinary fighters, and Crawford's work ethic proves why he stands at the top of the sport. His words carry not only assurance, but also a strong belief that Crawford's blend of talent and mental toughness will help him overcome any obstacles ahead. For Bo-Mac, this fight is about more than just winning. It's about creating history on the grandest stage.
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. How excited are you? Obviously, you've seen this journey with Terence, you've seen the doubters over the years, and he's now on the biggest stage again with people questioning him, and you obviously have full confidence that he's going to come out and get victory on September 13th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely confident that he's going to get the victory. Second of all, I'm just happy for him and the team. So, the world can see once again why he considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
There was many a time where he was maybe struggling to get certain fights, and then he had to almost kick that door down. Is it nice to see him sort of getting the fruits of his labour now and getting that generational wealth off the back of what is, obviously it's a hard career boxing, you don't get given anything.
Definitely good to see him get, like you say, fruits of his wealth, getting these fights that, again, will show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. Show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. I'm just happy for him, man.
Rumors about Canelo Alvarez struggling with Jaron Boots Ennis in sparring have sparked heated discussions across the boxing world. Ennis is often compared to Terence Crawford because of his quick footwork, sharp counters, and smooth defensive style. If Canelo reportedly had difficulties against someone with a similar approach in a controlled gym setting, then it raises the question of how much tougher it could be when facing Crawford under the lights in a real fight. Of course, sparring is not the same as a championship match, but repeated patterns can sometimes reveal deeper truths. For many observers, this story suggests that Canelo may have more problems ahead than expected, while Crawford's supporters see it as further proof that their fighter has the right skill set to expose weaknesses once the bell rings for real.
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron Boots Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay. Now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
In reaction to the sparring rumors, Bomac was quick to dismiss any comparisons between Jaron Ennis and Terence Crawford. He acknowledged Ennis's talent, but stressed that Crawford operates on a completely different level. According to him, no training partner, no matter how skilled, can truly mirror what Crawford brings inside the ring. He explained that Crawford's edge comes from a rare mix of experience, adaptability, and sharp mental awareness, qualities that are nearly impossible to duplicate. That's why McIntyre believes those drawing parallels are missing the bigger picture. The real fight, he argues, will highlight Crawford's unique abilities, not just his speed and movement, but also his intelligence under pressure. Bomac's stance reflects his unshakable faith in Crawford's individuality and his ability to rise above any stylistic comparisons.
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response.
That don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford.
That's right.
Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit ain't gonna, that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit at all.
Boxing analyst Aid Oladipo expressed doubts about Crawford's decision to put on extra weight before the fight. He explained that success in boxing isn't simply about size, but about maintaining the right balance between skill, speed, and power. According to him, adding too much weight too quickly could slow Crawford down or disrupt his natural rhythm. Oladipo worries that Crawford, known for his quickness and fluid movement, might lose some of his key advantages by forcing his body to match Canelo's size. While fans admire Crawford's willingness to climb up in weight, Oladipo highlights the risks of changing what already makes him unique. His perspective reminds us that even with strong preparation, adjustments at this level come with serious challenges if not handled wisely.
Too wiry. Crawford was the guy at 135 pounds that looked really skinny. Even at 140, go and watch his fights against, who's the one that made, I'm trying to think of his name now. The fight at 140, Julius Ndongo.
Oh, yeah.
And when he's just skinny, he's like wiry. He's very much Tommy Hearns. Now.
Oh, have you seen him?
Dude,
He's
now
massive.
He's jacked.
Man, he looks like huge. He's got to be north of 170.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. There's a part of me that's like, dude, you don't need to be that big. Like, I don't think this is a strength for strength thing. I think this is a skill and speed thing. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to sit on your punches to hurt Canelo, nobody hurts Canelo.
He's been hit by Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Bivol.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't hurting him.
Golovkin.
And Golovkin. Crawford ain't hurting him.
But Crawford knocks everyone out.
At 147 pounds. That when he at 154, did he knock out Ismail Madrimov?
No, he didn't put a dent in him, really.
Didn't put not even a little dent in him. Canelo Alvarez is not Ismail Madrimov.
Yeah, but okay, who is Canelo Alvarez now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like who are we watching now? Because when I go back and watch the guy that fought Skull, everyone likes to dig out Skull. Sorry, 1 second. Canelo's got to do more. Canelo's output was the worst output I've ever seen of a unified champion. I'm not joking, the worst.
That fight.
Yeah.
He literally did. But my kind of thinking is all right, well, who is Canelo now? Well, in the nicest way, although he's been fighting good fighters, when's the last time he had a super fight?
Who?
Canelo. And that's when we see the real Canelo, when he has a super fight.
Okay, Bivol.
Yes, correct. And he lost. But
Yeah.
Bivol was significantly better at 175 pounds.
Okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Crawford, similar in terms of, they're both skillful.
Trainer Breadman Edwards shared a more balanced perspective on the situation. He pointed out that Crawford is fully aware of Jaron Ennis working with Canelo and recognizes the power Ennis brings. But rather than letting this impact his mindset, Crawford uses that knowledge as fuel in his preparation. Edwards emphasized that Crawford's confidence isn't shaken by outside factors such as sparring partners. For him, the focus remains on the actual fight and the ability to adjust in real time. In fact, knowing that Ennis was part of Canelo's camp may serve as extra motivation, pushing Crawford's team to prepare for that style during training. Edwards reassured that Crawford thrives in these circumstances, and his mental toughness ensures he won't be unsettled by who his opponent chooses to spar with.
That's why I said I'm not changing my percentage. It can make Canelo go up. It can make him lose his confidence or take a piece from him. And it can make Crawford say, okay, let me tell you something about Crawford, man. I watch Crawford. I will watch how he evolved throughout the years. I've been watching him. Me, Red, and Bomac been cool since way before Crawford hit the mainstream. Way before he hit the mainstream. And I watched him. Crawford is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things to jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent. He know Boots is the real deal. No matter what all of the public say and everybody talking, he knows it. He knows Boots is the real deal. Crawford's little brother is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson and Boots is super cool, and Shakur Stevenson was in the amateurs with Boots. Don't you think Shakur told Bud, yo, bro, I love you. You my big bro, but that kid nice, bro. You gonna have to be on your game to fuck with him. You don't think Shakur told Crawford that, and you don't think he respected his opinion? You don't think that Red and Bomac got eyes and they know Boots is special? You don't believe that? I don't care about all this talk on the internet because they may fight. So you can't be too complimentary of a guy that you may fight. But you don't think they know that? So by him bringing Boots in, that's probably going to take Bud to another level mentally. And that's where I think that Bud win this fight. I think he got a mental edge.
One of the most common debates among fans and analysts is whether Canelo's size advantage will simply be too much for Crawford to overcome. Supporters of Canelo often point to his proven strength at higher weight divisions and question if Crawford, who started his career at lightweight, can withstand the power of a naturally bigger opponent. The discussion boils down to physicality versus skill. Skeptics of Crawford's chances argue that size is a barrier that talent alone cannot erase. They believe that eventually natural physics take over and Canelo's heavy shots could wear Crawford down. This viewpoint represents a significant portion of the boxing community, convinced that no matter how gifted Crawford is, stepping up against someone with Canelo's power may be a challenge too great to conquer.
Canelo versus Crawford, who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out. But
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man, too strong. I hope Terence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you out.
Look, at the end of the day, I always say this. He took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol' biggest hit. I don't think Crawford could knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower. Yeah. So when Canelo seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he could hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Another key factor in the discussion is Canelo's wealth of experience at the highest level. Analysts often point out that he has faced nearly every type of opponent imaginable, slick movers, heavy-handed brawlers, and defensive specialists, building a resume packed with championship rounds on the sport's biggest stages. Beyond size and power, his comfort in high-pressure moments gives him a level of composure that few fighters can match. Experience often shapes how a boxer responds to adversity, and throughout his career, Canelo has consistently shown resilience. Supporters of Alvarez believe this deep well of knowledge, combined with his natural strength, makes him an especially difficult challenge for anyone, including Crawford. The argument is that while skill is crucial, the ability to perform under the championship spotlight can strongly tip the scales in favor of the Mexican star.
It's about like being in camp with Canelo. It's just different. He's got speed, he's got velocity, he's got precision, he's got positioning, he's got power, and he's got just an incredible amount of experience. I think there's 10 fights that haven't been added to his record. Mm-hmm. So, and Bud, when Bud was fighting at 130 or 35, Canelo already was at 54. So, there's definitely weight classes for.
Within the boxing community, some voices remain divided about this matchup. On one side, there is admiration for Crawford's willingness to chase greatness, but on the other, doubts linger about whether Canelo is the right opponent to define his legacy. The concern isn't about Crawford's talent, but rather the possibility that a major size gap could overshadow his skill set. Critics argue that Crawford might have had other opportunities to cement his place among the all-time greats without stepping in against someone naturally much bigger. Still, despite these reservations, many also acknowledge that this fight offers Crawford unparalleled exposure and the kind of financial reward rarely seen in the sport.
Okay, man. Another good segue. Let's talk about the real deal, though. Ryan, questionable fighter. Some people always question certain things. That boy Canelo, that boy Crawford. Nobody questioning those two. How you feel about that fight coming up?
I'm questioning it. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, what?
Big man, little man. I wish Crawford had some other opportunities to really solidify his greatness in a different way. Canelo, he's got Bivol, he's got Benavidez, he's got all these other legitimate 168, 175 pound guys that he can fight, for my opinion, to really help his namesake. And you're gonna go fight a little smaller guy. And I'm not something against Bud. Bud is as talent as they come.
Really?
But you're talking about a guy that probably walks around at 180, 190 pounds. Bud is not a huge, massive guy.
Right.
I don't know if y'all can tell us what the hydration clause is. I'm not sure if you got that worked out. Probably not.
Okay.
Because Canelo is obviously the A side. But I just think there's better fights for both of them to be had. I'm glad that Bud is going to get this payday. It's very important.
Okay.
I hope he doesn't ride to the sunset after this one. But I'm really disappointed in Canelo because I felt like Canelo has a lot of other opportunities he could to really solidify himself as being a pound for pound great. And I think this is going to kind of, win or lose, is going to tarnish his reputation.
Really? Now, what if he takes this fight and then he rides off into the sunset with Benavidez?
Same
like that. Same thing?
I mean, he's got to fight Benavidez. He's got to fight Bivol again. He's got to fight with the up-and-coming 168, 165 to 175 pound guys.
Omac has described the fight not simply as a clash of size and strength, but as a contest of intelligence inside the ring. His breakdown emphasizes the value of what he calls the finer details of boxing, where timing can cancel out raw power and speed can offset size. According to him, Crawford's true brilliance is his ability to make constant adjustments, turning himself into a puzzle that opponents struggle to solve. His well-known phrase, "skills pay the bills," is more than just a catchline. It represents the philosophy behind Crawford's entire career. This outlook reinforces the belief that while Canelo brings both power and experience, Crawford's mastery of boxing's subtle elements gives him every opportunity to defy expectations.
We know where we need to be by the time we step in the ring. We got the doctors and the scientists and nutritionists and everybody that's in camp that's going to do their part to get where we need to get.
How much more power does he have?
He got some thudding power up there, and we're just gonna sustain it for 36 minutes.
Why do you believe you've got what it takes to come up 2 divisions?
Like I told the other guy, skills pays bills. You gotta have skills, man, to be going up there to fight somebody like that, like a Canelo. And not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you. He'll get the job done. You know, because you know, Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, I'm not taking nothing away from you, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter, and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously, Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
war
just
of words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay, he got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses. So we know what to do to get that win, right?
That wraps up today's video. Stay connected for more updates and breakdowns coming your way.